Pianobook. What is it? What is it for? Why is it interesting? It is kind of a peer-to-peer network of composers sharing ideas, sharing sounds, collaborating. Today, this composition features the Frozen Glock sample library from Dan Keane, who works for Spitfire Audio, has a great YouTube channel, does incredible demos, very, very useful library, and it's free, so why wouldn't you want to check it out? So today, that's what we're going to do. As a little sidebar, wanted to let my viewers know that I am back on Twitch once again. If you're interested, go on to Twitch. You can link below and click on that follow button. It's free. It's not going to cost you a penny, but it's a good way to show your support for me. If you turn on your notifications, you'll see when I'm live. I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 streams a week, live looping using the Boss RC505 and my sample libraries, and just kind of playing some chilled kind of ambient cinematic stuff, and just chatting and having fun. So check it out. We got a little bit of a different angle going on here today. I thought I'd try something different. So very, very short run through because very few tracks going on here, as you can see. So literally just want to kind of really highlight this sample library, and it's a free one, and to try to see how far we could push it in terms of sound design and creating some different things with it. So we have 4 instances of the Frozen Glock, short for Glockenspiel, by Dan Keane. And you know, sometimes simplicity is the way to go. As you can see, there's literally 2 controls. I think this is just a dial in terms of how much of the direct Glockenspiel sound you want, versus more of an ambient kind of sound, I think is what that is. And FX, I think, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but just like a bunch of stuff I think is rolled in there, like certainly reverb and stuff like that. So this is my first setting. Actually, I should go back over here, and so this was my first instance, and what I did is I created a rhythmic track using just a sample. As you can see, I rolled off a ton of the high end, and threw a gain on there because I just I think because it was probably recorded at very low velocities. It's very soft kind of sound, so I just need to get a little gain in there to really kind of boost the signal a little bit. But and I literally just did a rhythmic track and then copied and pasted it all the way through. So let's check that one out. Okay, so that was basically the basis for the track. Just try to create a little bit of rhythm in there, but not too upfront. Just there's very background underneath. You watch this channel, you know that I do a lot of this. The second instance, we rolled off a little bit of the low end. As you can see, there's a little bit of a different mix going on here. Now I refer to this as Frozen Glock short. It's kind of approaching this as kind of like the way the Spitfire audio sample libraries are made, where it's a lot of short and long and that sort of thing. So that's why the naming convention is going on here. So let's check this one out. just really, really quite a beautiful sound just on its own. And one thing to note is that I had to be careful with this FX knob, because I think sometimes I like to just throw everything out there. So if you've rolled all the way to the right and then you're using a ton of pedal, which I use way too much pedal, you can get a whole lot of this built up kind of low mid resonance. So as I was going through the mix, I was like, ooh, it was starting to do like that wong, wong, wong sound, which you guys know, if you're mixing, drives you nuts. So I was starting to kind of dial that back a little bit. And towards the end of the track, this would be like kind of like I picture like a guitar. It's like if you're playing a guitar part on a glockenspiel. This is kind of what it was. So again, rolled off some low, and again, you can see the mix different. Each one of these is, same sample, but different mix and different processing. Blended a little bit soft left. Let's check that out. I say guitar, but really also kind of like how a glockenspiel would be played. So, combination of those two things. So that just kind of sneaks in at the end. This one I refer to as frozen Glock Pad. Okay, so how do we get a pad sound out of this? We roll the Glock all the way to the left. And this reminds me, actually, this knob reminds me of the mix in noir piano, where you're mixing back and forth between the particles and the direct sound of the piano. So I think that's a similar type of thing. And then the FX is rolled about halfway. And now you're going to get a really kind of pad kind of a sound, which is very cool. Let's check this out. Very, very soft, nice, delicate sound. Very, very nice. Again, I had to really mess around with this FX, especially with this particular track, because I was getting a lot of the built up resonance because of the, and again, I don't think there's anything because of the sample library. I think it's because I had rolled this all the way hard right and I was throwing pedal in there. So there you go. Be careful with that. And then got some, speaking of noir, got some noir piano in there. What else is new? Really not much to speak of in terms of anything special. Just I rolled the color knob far left to get a really soft, delicate sound, so it would mix with this project really well. Again, soften the dynamics, a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay. That's it. Didn't tweak anything else. There's no particles in it, just straight up kind of soft piano. Comes in about halfway. Something about this the sample library that it was like, it's Thomas Newman. I hear Thomas Newman. Something about the sound and something. So I think that's kind of what, I think when I'm trying to create all these kind of like really scaled back kind of tracks, I think I'm always thinking of Thomas Newman. I think he's an absolute genius at what he does. And then I thought, well, we're talking about frozen, frozen glockenspiel. What goes better with that than Tundra? Literally just one instance of Tundra. It's a strings high main, and it is the air and ice. Okay. Whole lot of the built-in reverb, just threw a ton of that on there. As usual, program the dynamics and expression afterwards with my little, whatever it's called, Korg Nano Control, because I'm too cheap to buy like a really nice one, but one of these days I'm going to get a really nice one. And just rolled off a little bit of the low, no external reverb. And I think I kind of missed maybe the expression. I probably should just have gone back and re-recorded it. But anyway, combination of that. This is just like that wiggle, okay, that Christian Hansen talks about, that you always want to do a little wiggle of the, I don't know if that's a Logic thing. You got to wiggle your faders before you start, and just kind of like, it's like it wakes it up. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you get like these weird things that happen. It could be a Logic thing, could be a Contact thing. I'm not really sure, but nice little tip in there. So in terms of automation, that's it. just a little to sneak that in there and just to fade these puppies out. And that was it for automation. Really, really basic track. There is a sub mix here. Just because the overall volume, I was really pushing these volume knobs on the Glock, and I could have went into the contact. I could have dialed up, could have done some gain staging there. That starts to get a little bit messy. I like to be able to see everything, so I just bust all these out to bus 3 and just pump that up another 6 decibels to get a little bit more gain before I ran it through my mix bus and isotope ozone. So if you're wondering what that is, that's why I did that. I did have some reverb and delay channel, but I actually ended up taking both of those out. Sometimes less is more. This is a very, as you can see, very minimal track. Hardly anything going on, but I think that it works really well with the sample. And to me, the sample, again, kind of, gave me this idea of this very minimal, sparse arrangement, and don't kill it by throwing a whole bunch of extra stuff at it. That doesn't make it better. Okay, so let's give it a quick listen to, and then we'll have some final thoughts. Here we go. Final thoughts. I think what we as composers or musicians are always striving for is community. I think Pianobook looks like a fantastic community of composers sharing ideas. And what better way to learn than learning from your peers, learning from people that are in your field, whether they're newcomers, whether they're established composers. Learning from others is really what YouTube is all about. Twitch is a community of a lot of musicians, a lot of people who love music. It's not just about games. There are some incredible artists on Twitch, and being part of communities and people that share your common interests, I think, is incredibly important as an artist, whatever your field of expertise may be. So I hope to see you in Twitch soon, my friends. And who knows, maybe in Pianobook one of these times you're going to be seeing a Dan Tremblay music sample library. It might be something that I might look into. I've never tried it before, and I'm always looking to try new things. Thanks for watching, my friends. Thank you for your comments. Really appreciate it. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, my friends. Catch you in the next one.